He's like,
I'm done.
I'm
It's like I'm done. It's in draft lost, guys.
I'm done. I don't want to be playing this mag 3. Let's see. Jerax Hero is definitely, in my opinion, the one that they need to be as active as possible together with that Ember. Ember, you say he has to be super aggressive, yeah, but he still needs assistance. He cannot do it on his own, just rotating across the map. He has absolutely no one to work with. Like you're on a wait. You're put on hold until these 3 heroes of yours get some items. And Enchantress is irrelevant, but a blink on Magnus is necessary.
Yeah, we're seeing all these nervous ticks. Guys, don't bite your cuticles. It's not nice. There you go.
They're still thinking.
They are still thinking, and also, of course, using as much time as they can because Seb just walked away from his chair, so I would imagine he is going to be back soon. There's some smiles coming out. The Rubik will come out as well.
Not too many good spells to steal in this game, besides
Lesh is a
Avalanche.
great stun.
Yeah, they're...
It's better on Rubik than on Lesh.
It is, but overall, I have to agree with Lacoste.
You can steal great things from Oracle. The only one who sucks to steal stuff from is the Shadow Fiend. Surely.
There aren't, like, they're good spells, but not great spells to justify a last pick Rubik. That's how I feel, at least.
I mean, you guys are the experts, so I trust you for that.
They pick. I actually like Old but Gold's draft a bit better, honestly.
Yeah, they have 1, 2, 3 melee cores on side of OG, and this Enchantress, it's not been very effective on side of OG yet.
No.
It was during minor qualifiers, but they were not facing stronger teams. So
Are
BZZ,
you flaming Alliance?
No, not at all. Never.
Okay.
Darkseer was picked a lot back then too, so you have that Enchantress for the spell. It was so good.
All right, guys, what do you think? Game 1.
I'm gonna say All but Gold.
Yeah.
Production helped me a lot, so I need to stick with it, and looking way better. Like a lot of heavy nuke, a lot of team fight potential, a lot of stunts. Pretty easy to execute lineup.
Lizard, important thing for OG to make their lineup work instead?
I don't know, just outplay them somehow, because in my opinion, I have to agree with Lacoste. I don't see their draft working out too well. So you have to pull out some magic.
Pull out some magic! That's easier said than done, probably, but let's find out what's going to happen in the first game of this series. It is over to Lyrical and Trent.
Thank you so much, Sheever. A little bit of magic is what we need here today. The crowd feeling the energy already as their hometown favorites, or at least close enough to it.
You'll take it?
Yeah. I'll take it. You know,
okay, fair enough.
You're near enough.
Yeah, I mean, looking for some magic, and I guess they take a Rubik near the end there for OG. So that, to me, I guess what I'm looking out for most will be what kind of a lane is Seb going to get. I feel like that's kind of what I was wondering as this draft was nearing its conclusion. The Magnus, maybe not necessarily the best 1v1er. You tend to like to know what your matchup's going to be before you want to commit this hero into a core role. One of the reasons why he's been flexing around a little bit between the 3 and the 4 as of late. And that's kind of why All But Gold's core heroes are a little odd, I think. You know, you get to the end of this draft and you have a tri-core of Shadow Fiend, Leshrac, and StarLadder. Kind of Shadow Fiend and Leshrac kind of fulfilling a little bit of the same role. I feel like 2 very similar heroes, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, as you can see, he's still not back. They just need a couple of minutes there.
That's going to be tough to have a good lane if you're not in your chair.
Yeah, well, maybe they figured he can handle a little bit better. You can't die if you stay in the fountain.
That's true. Oh, that's good. You can lose the game.
Yeah, you will eventually abandon.
I've learned that the hard way.
That's tough. It's tough.
We'll also say there was a little bit of talk earlier on during the panel that the OG coach used to be a chef. He was starting to get his culinary degree, and then Lacoste asked, do you actually need a degree? And I'll tell you, no, you don't. Just work in a kitchen, and then I'll take care of it. You'll learn how to cook doing it that way. That's what I did. And that's why I have a little bit of a belly now.
You're not a chef, though.
That's true. I'm not a chef. Neither is he.
So maybe you needed a degree.
But that's a possibility, you know? I was a chef for a little while.
Right.
And then I got into esports. So that's the key. You don't get your degree. You work in a kitchen, and then you can become a caster or a coach.
Oh, okay. Well, perfect. I guess that seems to be what's working out for everyone then.
Yeah. All right. And Seb is going to retake his seat.
Oh, phew. What a relief.
He's getting his hair ready. His hair just looks immaculate
They've all
always.
got some pretty great hair, honestly. You know, these Dota players.
Fancy schmancy.
Best hair is still Crit, though. Sorry.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, come on, let's be real. Crit's on top. Ever since F and G lost the locks. I mean, second only to probably Grant with the Jaromir Jagr that he's got rocking today. So Jagr Grant, probably best haircut in all of esports.
You have to explain
I'll
that
get outside
reference.
of Dota. Just Google Jagr. You'll be fine. They can figure it out.
You're just going to get pictures of people in, like, you know, high shorts just running.
That's totally fine.
Jagr.
That's okay.
You get it?
Yeah,
Okay.
It was really bad. I thought we weren't going to do this. Thankfully, the pause is over. The game is loading. Apologies to you all, but don't blame us. Blame Seb.
Giving the finger there.
Man, that's
saying,
a level
"Let's go."
16 Magnus. My goodness.
You know, he won TI with that.
Oh, I know. And see, I'm a big fan of the Seb stream. Love watching the Seb stream. Great streamer. Very talkative a lot of the time. Yeah, give it up, crowd. There we go.
They like the stream, too.
I feel like whenever I saw him stream Magnus, it never went well. And then you get to that last Game 5 at TI, and the Magnus came out, and I was like, oh, God, here it comes. He wanted that win so bad on Magnus. I think he kind of loves this hero. Well, here he is once again. Another one of these moments where he really needs to win. So kicking things off right in Game 1. We got a little shifty play here from SF and Oracle. Maybe hoping that someone's going to come on by to plant a sneaky smoke ward.
Yeah.
See if they can catch him.
It will not happen. Other wards are placed down in that couple of spots near the jungle, the spot rotations that are going to come over that direction, as well as up on the high ground over by the top bounty rooms. But G Shadow Fiend going to be facing off against the Ember Spirit. It was kind of interesting, right? You have the Shadow Fiend first pick overall for the side of Old But Gold in response to the Ember that they knew was coming. You know, if you ban out the Troll Warlord, if you ban out the Nature's Prophet, you ban out the Chen, there's one other hero that OG first pick, and that's Ember. So they kind of knew the matchup going into it.
Oh, and it looks like everyone just kind of knows what the other team is up to as well, as we're just going to trade ourselves here 2 for 2.
Lucky God. I'll be back to finish this later.
Some classic OG. The spamming of all the voice lines.
ILTWs fit in well with this squad, definitely.
It's important. It's part of the whole experience, right? If you're going to play on this team, you got to make sure you're getting into all your voice lines.
Speaking of which, G doesn't even have a bronze level in SF. Not a pub Shadow Fiend player. You only need to play that hero like one time to get it.
Maybe he doesn't have the Dota Plus.
Oh, that's a possibility. That's a good point.
It says he is Dota Plus, though. So there you go. Well, we'll find out.
Maybe you got it recently.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, it's G. You know, don't sleep on G.
That's true.
As Misery tweeted out, you know, you got to realize that G, he's still the real deal. The OG.
The OG
versus G.
The OG versus OGs. ILTW now. Take some punches there by virtue of BZZ. Does look like No-Tail's going to draw aggro. That range creep, though, is over here to the side. Velhor and Illidan laning up against them. And we have seen sort of mixed results from time to time from this No-Tail Enchantress, who does pick up that small creep now. Going to be able to find the stun, the toss back as well by the creep Seb. A lot of harassment here and not getting a ton of the Stout Shield procs. He does end up getting the skewer back, pulling him under the tower. And can they find first blood? Yes!
Oh, the turn. Oh. That was one of those little additions to Shockwave where you're like, oh, you test it out in demo mode, you're like, okay, that pull doesn't really do anything. And then you start playing a few games of Magnus, you're like, all right, I can do something with this, right? And helps him secure that kill, and the tower shot just absolutely annihilating this Leshrac, even with the armor he had going. Was not enough. And, well, I was worried about his laning stage. We talked a lot about the possibilities of the tri-lane. That looked like a necessity when it was closing out that draft from OG, just because the best place for the Magnus is going to be solo in the safe lane, and plus it allows rotations from the 2 supports to potentially hamper into the mid. And when it's a Shadow Fiend, you always love ganking this guy in the earliest parts of the laning stage. And you can see Thompson actually just gets a sentry down and destroys his high ground vision in the mid lane too. So nice play there from him.
We also are going to see down bottom a Satyr picked up for the Enchantress. You know, I feel like we've forgotten how strong this can be since Chen can no longer take it, but No-Tail's showing the strength and just finding another kill.
Yeah, definitely a great point. Chen specifically getting nerfed essentially just for Satyrs, and allowing Ench to still be able to do that is pretty ridiculous. She's still got 2 more shockwaves left, and BCC's going to keep his eye on that.
Ooh, Thompson. I play it safe there. It is going to be an Arcane Rune down bottom. Looks like he should be able to take that one away as Vanscourt not quite in position to go for the deny on it.
Yeah, he was a little late on his rotations. not getting that ward down early enough, and part of that coming just from the Seder pressure, right? That's what slowed down the rotation for Vanscore, means he doesn't have the ward for the Runetine, he can't deny it.
Now on pulling Seb again. Oh, he's going to dodge away, though. Heads up play for him, but with the Diabolic Edict and now the toss forward, Seb. Almost sick, but wasn't quite there.
Where's the suicide cliff skewer? That's a real
And he gives him the tip back. Well done. I would have liked to see that cliff play.
Yeah, it's all right. Forgive him this time. Vanscore.
They do end up being able to find that kill fairly easily, and right now, OG keeping the pressure on bottom.
No-Tail started TPing top, we saw Valor attempting a suicide. But Valor, now safe away from the Enchantress's TP, will kill himself.
There, got him. So yeah, the pressure keeping on down here. BZZ is going to have to try and farm underneath this tower, but getting the pressure on the LTW keeps on taking those tower shots, and BZZ thinking about chasing forward, gets the bash.
Yeah, but No-Tail's going to make this pay off as he's rotating around the mid lane. It looks like Valor kind of sees this coming.
Yeah, they have the scan immediately.
Yeah, he had just dewarded them too.
Toss forward to try and interrupt. Can they find the stomp? It's going to be a raise one time through, but G eventually going to be killed off. Can they find a return kill onto No-Tail? Not looking like it's going to happen. The Enchantress making so much happen early on, and Thompson able to live through it afterwards.
Oh, he put the branch down. Then Thompson eats it. He's like, thank you so much, No-Tail. Beautiful regen. And the rune, my god. And then, like, that was No-Tail who just came through, got that sentry down to take care of the rune ward, so Vanscore wasn't sure if it was top or bottom, because they had no ward on either. And now he's come over and dewarded all again. Very frustrating play here for the Radiant supports, I'm sure. Feels like they're trying to counter these rotations from OG, but they're just always a step ahead of them.
Yeah, and the being prepared right there, Enchantress having these early strong creeps again, it's quite good. Now, getting ready for those bounty runes. A little bit of a battle of Bruin. Opal Gold trying to secure the 2 down bottom. But it looks like Jerax is going to be under fire now and will be killed off. Weller is going to be the one to pick up the kill.
They'll having the bottle there too, so nice to grab one of those.
Can they kill off ILTW? He does still have spin. Although, yeah, the walk forward, run away. Ward. He's good.
Just enough to keep him secure. And the mangoes are flying out down here. They want another round on it to ILTW.
Come on,
do find the Wildling Ripper here, and now the chase is going to come as they're going for the body blocks in. Well done, but going to be interrupted by the Avalanche. Now the turnaround, can they take down LTW? They still have that bonus armor coming out from the creep, but they eventually find that finish. And now turning on to Jarek, see if they can take him down. Vanscore also falls. OG losing a couple, but it's just a trade right now, and you'll take that one. The Jug was the one that went down, and Jarek hides over to the side. They find another kill. Opal Gold striking back.
Yeah, playing very well here, and this is right at that key moment where Ench is perhaps eyeing up this catapult, right? It's just past the 5-minute mark, the siege wagon's here. You'd love to take control of this lane, get that catapult, and try and apply a little bit of pressure if you can as OG, but at this point, it kind of feels like they've lost enough that might not be possible. Meanwhile, up top Seb, though, same thing happening here with Ilden abusing the catapult, just diving Seb.
Oh, well done to get in front of that skewer, but now Thompson rotates in and see if they can find that kill. The disarm is there and actually mitigating a lot of the damage. Thompson just gets owned! Vanscore, what a play!
And just went right through the rest of his mana pool there. Maybe getting a couple toggles in there might look like for the maximum damage before he went down. And 1140, yeah. He did a triple toggle. So the toggle, it costs you way more mana, so it's very difficult to do in the early game, but it essentially doubles up the damage on the Pulse Nova, so really well done from Illidan. I mean, this guy's a gold tier last drive. This guy's spamming the last drive.
I mean, see Secret play it, it's like, all right, well, we'll try it out a couple times, see how this goes. Interesting up there as well, that Fate's Edict. This Oracle is really showing off what he can do, and now they pull back in the Enchantress, give him the bash, give him the Avalanche. And Opal Gold over the last couple of minutes have just been finding kill after kill after kill. OG not really having great answers.
Yeah, I felt like it was getting a little bit out of control, honestly, for OG when we started things off there, but you know, all the kills heading the way of Opal Gold. Where is our Shadow Fiend? He's just been off in La La Land a little bit, only the one death.
Illidan thinking about chasing forward for more there, but with Jarek's nearby and no Oracle nearby, does make it a little bit less comfortable for the Leshrac. He's having a really good game. Top of the net worth right now, right in front of the Shadow Fiend, who's been able to farm both the wave and the jungle.
Valor attempting to help his mid laner up by getting some stacks for heading home, but we'll miss out on that, so disappointing for the SF, I'm sure.
Root doesn't want to dive for it, though. And yeah, right now it does feel like both of those mid laners have retreated to various other places, and you're going to start to see the Empower game come out. So both sides trying to farm up until they get into those first couple of items that can make a big difference. Shadow Fiend obviously going back for the mechanism.
Illidan is right up on Seb here. He might just be dead. He can find a good skewer angle here. A lot of heroes nearby.
Got him caught. He's going to go for the RP, though, and just dies.
All right, no play. He couldn't see the Oracle over there, so he was thinking if I just give him the RP this direction and skewer myself away, I can live. Hard to commit for kills with the early RPs anyway.
Yeah.
Keeping yourself on the map and giving him power to your jug likely more important at this point. LTW is currently farming without it, but Illidan once more will try another push here. Great wraparound there onto No-Tail.
And they saw him the whole way, and they are just going to get this pressure onto the tower now.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, there were some definite question marks when this Ench came out.
Yeah.
Just like, man, doesn't that look like a lot of nuke damage to be playing Ench into? You know, you look at he's been playing kind of Nature's Prophet, looked pretty good, but that was banned. The Shaman was banned if they wanted to run that as a bullet tier support.
Middle tower is under attack.
They throw in Seb. And now the tower dead. Avalanche to interrupt. They can't really bring the Jug in the fight. He's already too freaking low, and Vanscore is going to be the one that probably is going to be thrown to the wolves, although the rotation coming in, they find the Crush as well, getting some punches, tops in. Very low in the armor, and LTW actually just mows in and able to find an Omni Slash onto the Tiny.
Is under attack.
So that'll end up being the one kill, though, with Vanscore limping himself away out of there.
Where are you going?
And now G finds the bounty rune, and well, No-Tail, you're stuck. Up against a rock and a fish's place.
Down in the river. Oh, that was good. I like that.
Too late.
It's amazing. 3,000 gold lead, though, here at this 10-minute mark. Picking up those bounty runes, taking down the mid-tier 1 tower. And it's all off the back of this engine of Illidan. Just every time he goes to a lane, it feels like OG has to leave. It's insane.
He's got 3 remnants. He's just like, I'm baiting, guys. Team, you want to kill him? Oh, this hurts.
Yeah, it's so difficult to deal with. Like, every time he comes into a lane, whatever core is farming there has to leave.
No-Tail's got to figure it out here is this Ench, though. Like, I'm still level 4. Even a Tome wouldn't give him 6 at the moment. He's too low in the level 4. The catapults are here once again, and it just dies. And it's like, can't really commit for any sort of pushes. There's another catapult mid now.
Smoke up. Vanscore has level 6. Can make a really big difference as far as turning these fights around, particularly when you have a hero like Lesh.
Oh god, Illidan is so low right now. Yeah, he's found him.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Danger, danger. Where is he at? Thompson, hiding away.
What a battle.
Come get healed.
Meanwhile, Valor and Vanscore coming on in to find LTW, but they'll spin that one off. And no return play there from No-Tail. He does have the Purge creep right now, so we're going to be strolling around with that.
This feels a little bit weird, but from Old But Gold over the last couple minutes. It feels like they're trying to force some kills, whereas they could maybe just try and push for these towers. Thompson still chasing. See if he can find Illidan. They turn back around, and, well, that's a remnant out.
Almost had the attempt on the kill there. It's like he only plays heroes that have, you know, kind of mean voice. I guess all the voice lines are a little taunty, aren't they?
Yeah, of course.
Unless you're just big.
Yeah, but taking down these towers now one by one. Old But Gold
Dire's structures are
to try and clean this up. They're also pinging bottom. Feels like that's going to be a little bit more difficult to do simultaneously. But they will be able to take down the tier 1 top lane.
Yeah, I think they've been doing a good job actually in terms of the pushes. Like, they're not overcommitting. They're not just like 5-man face rolling into a lane or something like that. They're applying some pressure across the map. They're not just giving Thompson a free lane, giving him some occasional pressure. And then the Jug is definitely the freest of the cores in this game right now, it feels like. Or at least definitely the ones on OG's side. He's just all in the jungle, all in the wave. Like, not really running into many opponents that he can't just spin away from for the past couple of minutes.
And trying to get into these early fighting builds. This is not a Battle Fury game. They know that this pressure is coming. And they've seen this type of game time and again. They'll have the answer this time around.
Yeah, and they're just constantly putting sentries down here, right? Because they don't want any vision in this area. Right. Keeping an eye on their high ground, just saying, all right, look, just keep stacking, keep giving me Empower. Want to get us into some high-quality items here, but the Radiant team, they have a StarLadder. And this is always an option when you have StarLadder or Shadow Fiend or both. And early Roche.
It's going to be done very quickly, although the movement in from Jarex. They have an idea what's going on. They should know, but right now, does Old Gold realize what's happening? Jarek's going to walk into the middle of all of them. They can lift up. The stun follows. They evaporate. Jarex did not stand a chance there, but can they still take this fight afterwards? Seb does have the skewer into RP if he wants to take that opening, but they also have the Oracle nearby. Sleight of Fist going out as well. They get full vision in the area. Everybody's trying to move over this position. It's feeling like they're not fully comfortable with it. Thompson now in the pit as well with the Roche. It looks like at least for now they're able to hold it back.
It's pretty hard for them to initiate. They really don't want to fight right now as Old But Gold. You have a Tiny that's super close to Blink Dagger. Oh, he's in his rune. Now that is convenient.
Yeah, they drop down the Sentry Ward immediately to make sure there's no vision up on the high ground.
Yeah, there's one over here, so can reach to there.
They have the Corrosive Haze on Thompson, so they'll realize that they've backed up a little bit. Now maybe they can find this kill on the mid lane as they're looking for it for Seb. Although initiation be a little bit scary.
Sentry
He gets
nearby.
out of there. Yeah,
oh,
now they have another Sentry, so they realize. They know what's going on. Can they bait this out?
They're baiting him.
They're trying to. Pull back in. Able to get the toss back, and that's a bit of a problem. They just take down the Ember. They saw him the whole time.
It's a double bait.
Oh, man, this was not the way it was supposed to go. And with 2 dead, that's Roche.
I don't know. I guess they thought that the telekinesis was going to last longer, like in their head or something like that. But remember, it's just level 1 now. That thing has been nerfed so long. Pretty much does nothing to the guy that you grab. And so this Tiny, he just instantly tosses the Ember back to his allies. Felt like Thompson just wasn't ready for it.
Yeah. Well, the first timing is hit. 15-minute Roche for Old But Gold. The biggest thing is just getting that timer working, and so they can start taking the rest of the towers. But right now, IOG trying to make a big move.
Oh my God, this entry's still not level 6. This is the worst feeling in the world.
God, if they could find a pick off here on the Lesh, this would be really big. Slowing down the snowball in any way possible is huge.
It's coming.
And they go for it immediately. Eul Scepter lift up, though, and in some trouble to pull back in. RP trying to find him. Did they get the kill? Yes. Don't even need the RP. But now, can they get out afterwards? That's the other question.
Oh, No Tail's busy tipping when he runs into 2 enemies.
It's going to end up losing his life to the trouble. But it is only No Tail.
You can see his hero just walk right into them like, oh, shit. Well, you'd think they'd be pretty fast at that by now.
It's true. Hey, you just get the ult and then the click up top. Blink Dagger Velhor, while LTW can go for this
Radiant structures are fortified.
split push shenanigans going out, since there is not really that many great things that break through
I like
spin
what
TP.
Seb did there, though. He reads what's happening, right? He knows they're going to go for this play, so I want to come out with this next wave. Oh. And he does not.
Dyer's
All right.
bottom tower is under
I don't
attack.
know why. I thought that was his plan. But he needs to go. No, I see why now. ILTW ran out of Empower, so got to get up there, you know.
Oh,
the
yeah.
beeper's ringing.
Dyer's bottom
Empower
tower
butt.
has fallen.
Hit it for him. So now the next pressure for the tier 2. Velhor has the blink, can also go for the toss play with the StarLadder if they want to, but don't have vision up on the high ground here. No Tail is just going to take over the catapult and then try and run away. So that's pretty nifty.
That's something.
Yeah.
Dyer's
Wow,
bottom
Illidan.
tower is under
He's
attack.
just in there.
He's doing it. Find that stun, get the kill.
Radiant's top
Playing like
tower
he has
is
the
under
Aegis there. He
attack.
just boldly hops on in. Oh, look at that bash. Woo, it's like a 3-shot.
And they're, I mean, they don't have that talent yet for the Shadow Fiend, but they're pushing up here.
Radiant
They're pretty damn close to it, honestly.
Yeah.
Dyer's bottom
This is all
tower
under a dire ward, too, at the moment.
Dyer's bottom tower
Take off the
has
chain,
fallen.
still holding on to that Aegis. They have a
Tiny.
very long time on this Aegis.
Tiny has Arcane Blink right now. He is so ready to go. Will Thompson get caught again?
Continue to beat into this tower. They have Greaves. They got everything. 17-minute push. It came a little bit faster than we're used to, but
Dyer's bottom tower.
it's the same story. They don't manage to find the toss back, though, and LTW able to get the spin away. No Tail, just going to get completely pummeled. They don't have an answer. There's nothing here for them.
Another round of the Edict. Starts pumping.
4,000 gold lead and going to be a set of racks at 18 minutes in, it looks like, unless they can get the biggest RP in the world, and that was not it at all. They just walk away with Illidan. He's running through it. Omni Slash doing a good bit of damage, trading back and forth between them, but it's only going to be the Aegis. Now the jump forward from Thompson. They don't have that Greavesar, at least for a little while now, as Illidan's still trying to live through this one, walking back into LCW. And it looks like they need to back out. They got what they came for, which was the rack to Velor. They're just going to get completely eviscerated there as well.
His life away, though, for the 4-man Avalanche. But remember, there's still division. Is that enough to actually get them out of here?
Oh, good sleight of fist to keep him alive, but they will find that kill onto Illidan and also take down Vanscore. So OG gets something for the troubles, but the SF gets out.
Ah, the OG classic. Yeah. Come onto our high ground and suddenly you lose all of your heroes. I mean, this time it didn't cost them buybacks, but yeah, they got the melee racks. So certainly a very big deal. They're going to get the shrines, and now we start looking towards second Roche of the game to potentially be your closer. For the side of Old But Gold, nice and early here. And as you mentioned before, just that Presence Aura will be ready kind of like full on for that next push. They have plenty of gold to spend at the moment as well. Leshrac basically having an entire item can start building it towards his BKB and should finish that pretty shortly if he wants.
Meanwhile, Juggernaut has just gone for this all-out fight build and going for the butterfly next.
Radiant are scanning.
Don't think that an MKB is going to be on the horizon anytime soon for these other heroes from Old But Gold.
True, but I don't know. It's not like the world's greatest butterfly game at the same time. Like, you know, obviously it has a lot of benefits and stuff, but it's not one of those games where you're just like, oh my god, they actually have no damage now. Certainly still ways they can bring them down.
Yeah, Lesh is still a menace. In the meantime, the pressure, it never stops for Old But Gold. On the high ground here, going to start to take down this tier 2 tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under
And
attack.
if you're OG, it's so scary to fight into this. The presence affecting buildings with the Diabolic Edict is actually just insane. And they don't even need an Aegis. They're pinging out. I mean, it might just be to try and force back OG. But they could fully commit here a little bit. A little bit scary. Valhor gets the toss back. It's only on a no-tail, but he will die very quickly. Indeed, Avalanche trying to interrupt. They're going to buy back on this Enchantress. Now try and walk away with the rest of them. They're taking a lot of damage. They're giving him bottle charge as well, trying to keep him alive. BCC trying to play the interrupt game with the Omni Slash. It comes out, going to connect onto several of them, but ends up going back to the creeps.
Devastating there, and man, they are just pushing this as fast as they can. Old But Gold. Leshrac not thinking about going towards that BKB. He doesn't have the gold quite yet. He just starts buying into pieces of his Bloodstone. Saying, you know, this is going to be my answer this game. I don't even know if ideally that he'll have it before it ends, really, but they just instantly drew the line. You saw after that fight, after G was one of the only ones to get out of there, he just straight up said, we're going into their jungle. We are taking everything we can, and they'll get the shrine and a little bit of damage onto that tier 3. So currently 2 minutes until the potential Roche spawn, and another line now drawn from BZZ saying, straight down the mid, please.
Yeah, take that last tower, get the Bloodstone on the Lesh. Can make a huge amount of difference with that heal too, in the midst of a fight.
All over the place. The death ball.
And OG are doing a good job of trying to keep these waves pushed out, but if anybody shows up in numbers in any way, it can potentially be a kill.
This game's hard because, I mean, who can even make plays right now?
Yeah.
Rubik doesn't have the best steals. It's pretty much just Seb, and he doesn't have a blink dagger. So the true playmaking element is very lacking here, and they'll just lose that tier 2. Of course, they are going to take their fight on the high ground. Makes sense for OG.
A couple hundred gold away from Blink right now for this Magnus. He is going to be able to get it off of, if not this creep wave, the next one. So making a very big difference here in the next fight that could come around the Roche pit. We'll have to wait and see how long it is until he does respond. But Bloodstone done for Lesh. The smoke up now coming from Old But Gold. I mean, do OG want to try and get something done with this Blink right away, or are they still just trying to play the
Roche? I think you take the Roche fight this game. I don't think you want to try and fight them on your high ground, because the best counter to this RP and like this, you know, we only have one hero that can make the play. The best counter in the world is Aegis. And in that regard, Cheese too, if you don't manage to 100 to 0 them. So fighting them in the pit is likely going to be more beneficial for you than trying to take them onto your high ground.
So it looks like they're going to dangle out LTW in the mid lane and hope that Old But Gold try and make an initiation. Although Thompson walks into the jungle, finds himself Vanscore, and that is not an easy kill as the rotations are going to come in. They're able to find the stun blind as well. Get the lift up afterwards, trying to remnant away. The interrupt coming in. Belhor able to find that Ember as well, and a good amount of damage. And Omni Slash only onto BZZ, but he ends up getting saved at the end as well afterwards, so he can find the Corrosive Haze on top backwards. But the RP comes out. It's on the 3, and now the cleave coming in from LTW as well. Is it going to be enough though? G gets the ulti up. They're dropping so low, and everybody from OG is starting to die. The Lesh able to live through all of it, and as they're going to try and chase down the rest of OG. Ember, can they do this? It's just the 2 cores that are left. It might not be enough, and he misses the stun. Now the buyback coming. Leshrac steals Pulse Nova instead, excuse me. The Rubik does, and now the stun to try and interrupt with the buyback coming through Thompson. Tries to remnant away, sees if he can get out of there. The lift coming from Jarex, and that keeps him alive for the moment. And AB finding the kill as well. Yule Scepter lift up. OG are there, and they're trying to take that Illidan. They take him down indeed. This could be a dieback for the Slaughter as well as they keep the chase coming. But he manages to back away. Oh, man.
Him being up means they might try something bold here with this Roche, because guess what? It's a very fast one. Just going to be up here in a few seconds. They have one observer left on Vanscore if they want to try and get a little bit more vision in this area. But, man, what a great battle from OG. They take a fight, much needed, outside of their base. Put the pressure on Gold, force them back to their own side of the river, get a little bit of breathing room here. And now are in a much better position to actually take that Roche fight.
Man, that Requiem getting off there and all of the magic damage that comes.
Yeah, it almost looked a lot better, eh?
Yeah. LTW giving G the tip, appreciating
OG
some good.
are not sure if they're actually in the pit at the moment, it looks like. The Creek didn't quite get in, but it looks like they've resigned themselves to... Yeah, they're not sure. They don't know if this is just a tiny in here.
No. They will realize it is, but they also now know Roche is up. And everybody pretty aware of what's going on. Illidan reveals himself, has the Oracle behind him. Stun is going to connect. Not an easy follow-up here. LPW, a lot of damage out there onto Illidan, but the stun came out from BZZ. He tries to chase down No Tail. Separated from the herd, the Deer is brought down, and now
they're trying to keep close to these Greaves. They have the BKB on SF.
Avalanche only connects onto 1, but the interrupt coming through. G, the stun, it hits onto 2. Illidan makes the plays that they need. The Omni Slash, it's not doing nearly enough. It's onto a Yule Scepter, and now they turn onto ILTW, trying to just beat into him. The walkway coming from Thompson, a miss uphill, and now the Crush coming, connects onto Seb. The Root is going to be there, connecting onto both of them as well. And now Old But Gold, feeling the energy of the crowd, are going to stream forward, find Jarex, get themselves the kill. And now maybe either go back for Roche or try and take some buildings.
Yeah, they still have the wave coming mid. I think they just want to go straight high ground. Try and secure themselves a second lane. Man, this chase out from BZZ, he just won't let it go. He's already in their base. He's slithering around here. He's seen himself a low HP Jug. Oh. Temptation.
Corrosive Haze, but now with the presence effects buildings and the Diabolic Edict, it's so much damage that's coming out, and they get the Avalanche toss. No Tail has not been able to play Dota, but the pullback, no! He only got one of them in the skewer, though, and LCW, he hasn't been able to punch anybody in this fight, slowed down by BZZ off to the side. They make the play that they need, and catching Thompson, can they kill him indeed as well? They take him down, Avalanche toss, it's so much damage, and ILTW wants to run, but there's nowhere to go. Old But Gold take his life and take the mid barracks.
Dire's middle barracks.
Yeah, at this point, they're probably just looking at thinking about closing this one out here. We got a couple salves left here on the Vanscore Oracle. He's got the Mega cheapo build. He's got a couple of bracers, no urn for himself. Just salves, throws those on top of his false promises.
Now the toss back in. Seb hold close to Illidan again, who's made all the difference in this game, it feels like, making the plays left, right, and center.
Oh, his hero damage is going to be off the wall.
They will eventually take the last set of racks as they get the Avatos combo onto Jarex. And Old But Gold looking good in this game at #1 of the elimination match here.
Mega creeps.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
OG, well, they have the Magnus. OG do love themselves a good comeback, but I don't know if I'd want to be trying to take this one.
Yeah, I love winning, says No Tail. Well, they haven't given up.
No.
Spirits are something.
Well, either way, if you guys forgot after all that, Roche is still up with the Aegis, with the cheese, and this is the one that's really going to scare this game for OG. very unlikely that Old But Gold will be able to lose this one. I think OG kind of stuck inside their base.
Invisibility.
Just gonna start calling them both OG. I think I've done that several times.
Hey, why not?
I think the crowd was even cheering OG.
Were they really?
Either that or OBG. But
It's like that
know.
scene in True Sight where they didn't realize that they were cheering against them. Oh, man. Well, Aegis Cheese, time to party. And OG, they've still got the big RP. They've still got a very farmed Juggernaut. But we saw in that last fight that it's difficult for ILTW if it almost feels like he needs a blink or something else to like get in there after and follow up immediately after the mag. Going for the BKB, in fact. He walks forward, trying to bait this out. Counter initiation play could come. They find the crush, and the Avatos, does he die? They bring him down, he buys back, but there's no follow-up to this damage coming out. They're just going to be able to pop the Greaves, turn, and try and fight. So much AoE damage. Omni Slash comes out. It's on to BZZ and Velor, and not nearly enough as they find the toss onto LTW. Still starting to bring them down a little bit low, and oh, geez, living through this one. They take down the healing ward, turn onto LTW. OG might be able to pull this one back. Seb able to create a little bit of space and skewer away. So they spent so much time on him, but now with G back alive and Illidan trying to chase down Thompson, looks like he might eventually fall to the one last raise of Nevermore.
Yeah, the creeps are in the base,
And
the left track, the
GG.
Shadow Fiend, and yeah, why don't we just take away the armor of this here Tier 4 Enthroned. Beautiful game here from Old But Gold. Had a strategy, had a very clear plan, and execution, right?
Yeah, very well done. And the crowd approves. They played very well. I think Illidan, to me, was the one that stood out as the most impressive.
Get ready for gold. There you go. They weren't ready. OG were not prepared for the gold. I think, yeah, Illidan for sure. I mean, BZZ, honestly, on this StarLadder was crushing it this game. Quite literally. He was constantly getting two-mans. He was the big initiator they needed every time. It was reminiscent of really the old days where we used to see StarLadder back in that off-lane role. And nice to have it back here with us a few times as of late. So what is even the plan now, honestly? If you're coming into this as OG in these first phase bans, do you actually just straight up get rid of the Shadow Fiend?
I mean, I don't know, right? That's the thing that's so weird about this. And I think you don't need to change anything if you're Old But Gold.
No, you'd love to have your Shadow Fiend again.
Totally.
I mean, they've tried the Shadow Fiend, they've tried the Leshrac. Both have hit and miss, I suppose. But, oh God, Velor, by the way, is like the best support Tiny. I know I didn't get to mention him much this game, but he makes this still look completely broken, even when the hero has one less skill now.
And if anybody was missing the games that happened earlier in the tournament, like tossbacks happening without blink daggers over and over and over again, that's what got him to this position.
I feel like OG have just been not so much hit or miss in their play. I feel like they played pretty well this game, honestly. It feels like it's just the drafts to me are just like, sometimes I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, I get it. Yeah. And then I see it and I just go, what? What was this Ench doing?
That's
I don't
true.
know. Obviously, they say they have their own ideas about the game, and so that's kind of the whole point.
Right.
They see some power in this. This Ench, of course, is one of the more signature ones they even have, but it felt like it wasn't really countering that much this game. It felt like it was already going into a foray of spells. They were going to eat her alive, and she was really the true Bambi that game.
Bambi's mom, maybe. So with that, we're going to go
They'll both die eventually. It's fine.
No. With that, we're going to go to a
Spoilers.
quick break, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what the panel had to say about that one.